Effective decision making is a skill that can be developed with practice. By taking the time to understand our own limitations and biases, we can make better decisions and achieve better outcomes. Hey there, Tamir from FIBONACCI'S.com here with the daily market recap. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and without any further ado, let's see the charts. SPY on the daily filled yesterday's gap because we know that more than 80% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. This gap got filled. SPY managed to close above the 414. Very important level of support. It was very tough resistance since April. Now needs to hold. Let's see where SPY will close this week. Towards the 417 or below the 414, towards the 412. Remember Monday, it's a day off on the stock markets. QQQ. Go back to yesterday's video and you will see that we said that the Qs would go all the way toward this red trend line, and here we are. Nvidia pushed the Qs all the way to this red trend line. Trend lines are the true support resistance for price action, but more than that, they are also the roadmap for future price action. Once you understand the true relationship between candlestick analysis, aka price action, Fibonacci levels, and trend lines, we can know with high probability where price might be heading next. So check the links in the description below. If you want to become your own indicator, check yesterday's video, come back to this video, and you will see. Now we have a gap to the downside with 333 as the risk. Let's see if bulls of the Qs can break up and above towards the 345, or are we going to fill this gap? In my opinion, nothing will happen. During Friday, we will have to sit and wait for next Tuesday. Dow Jones continuing to show weakness. 326 is holding. The 326 is the 618 retracement. Swing low, swing high, 618 doji. Let's see if this doji can signal a bounce towards the 330, 331. Failing to do so, this gap to the downside will get filled. In my opinion, the Dow needs to change and replace Intel with Nvidia, but it's only my opinion. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, paid or free services. Get education, educate yourself, take mentorship, take courses, anything that you can to become your own indicator and stop following others. Check the links in the description below. IWM continuing to do nothing. 172 is the 618 retracement. Uptrend, retracement. 618 needs to hold, otherwise 171 and 168 to the downside. Let's see where IWM will close this week. SOXX. Now this 446 that was a very tough resistance for price, not surprising, now it will become support. 460 to the upside. We have a slight gap to the downside, not so slight, but we know that more than 80% of all gaps will get filled. Let's see when this gap will get filled. It's a matter of time, and the sooner the better for the SOXX bulls. But for now, SOXX is in an uptrend, bullish momentum after Nvidia. 480 will be next. SMH, same thing. Semiconductors ETF. Now this red trend line is our support. Let's see continuation towards this yellow trend line. Follow price, use levels and trend lines as your roadmap for future price action. Bitcoin staying below this orange trend line, failing to close the week above it. We are going towards this yellow trend line, and we can see that we are in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, until proven otherwise. Ethereum trying, bulls are trying with all they have to stay above the 1800s, because they know if the 1800 will fail to hold, closing the week below this one, we are going towards the 17 and maybe all the way towards the 1620. For now, same as Bitcoin, Ethereum is in a short-term downtrend. Apple holding above the 171, 173. Basically, Apple is stuck between the 171 and the 173 to the upside since beginning of May. Almost 1 month of sideways move on Apple, which means on the monthly we have a doji on Apple, indecision on Apple, which means indecision in the market. We need to sit and wait. Weekly close below the 171. In my opinion, this gap will get filled. Long continuation above 174 towards this white trend line to the upside. Nvidia, massive move to the upside, but during the day, not much of a movement, holding the 380. Failing to do so, we have all the levels to the downside, and we have a massive gap to the downside. More than 80% of all gaps will get filled, and this is a very big gap. Let's see continuation to the upside. For now, Nvidia looks very bullish. 410, 437 to the upside. Meta, slowly going inside February 3rd gap, 253 resistance. Above it, we are going towards 260, 269 together with this white trend line. Failing to hold above the 248, we have 244, 241, and this white trend line to the downside. Amazon, sideways move since 2 weeks or so. 114 to the downside, 118 to the upside. Wait for price to show you the way. Below 114, we are going to retest this red trend line to the downside. Breaking above the 118, 119 to the upside, we are going 123 and 131 towards this upper red trend line. AMD, check yesterday's video. We said that AMD will have a move towards this white trend line, and here we are at this white trend line. 116 now needs to hold, otherwise this gap will get filled. Let's see if AMD bulls can continue towards the 130 to the upside. What we have to do, follow price, look up, look down, use levels and trend lines to manage our risk. Microsoft, another bullish day, gap up, 316. We have this gap, but Microsoft is in a bullish trend until proven otherwise. Next resistance, 336. Tesla, broken record coming up. Trend lines are the true support resistance for price action, but they are also the roadmap for future price action. So until Tesla fails to break up above and stay above this yellow trend line, Tesla is in a downtrend. 177 to the downside needs to hold, otherwise 171, 163 and 152 to the downside. Breaking above the yellow trend line a week or so, 194 and then 210 to the upside. Google, 121 with this white trend line to the downside is the risk. 126 above it, long continuation towards this white trend line and towards 133 and filling this gap here at the 133. Netflix, 357 is holding. Below it, in my opinion, this gap at the 339, 340 will get filled. Long continuation above 365 towards this yellow trend line. Shopify, slowly giving back gap, sliding down. As you can see, trend lines, roadmap for future price action. Price sliding down on this yellow trend line. And until proven otherwise, Shopify is in an uptrend, but in the very short term, Shopify is sliding down. So if you're not long yet on Shopify, I would wait for a weekly close above 62. Follow price, use levels, trend lines to manage your risk and your guide, your roadmap for future price action. Check the links in the description below. Take your financial freedom in your own hands. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, will be much appreciated. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for more educational resources. Until the next video, do good things.